How's how's it going, everyone? Brian Hoops here, Midwest Market Solutions. This is our Market Insider TV closing commentaries. We're looking at a chart of corn. It's Monday night, October the 23rd. I want to bring up this chart here because in our morning commentary we mentioned we were very near chart support, and this was a place where the market should and could bounce from. And boy, look at, we're right here, and we did have a good bounce. Outside reversal day. See, we're following through a little bit in the overnight. We went from extremely oversold as of Friday to now overbought just in one day, and it was a pretty good rally. So you can see the two extremes here. We're going to get run up into resistance around this 354, 355 area in the December, and that's going to be an area where I think we're probably going to see some producers selling. A lot of phone calls to our offices have been today about making cash sales, combine, selling off the combine if they're running out of bin space to store the crop. We're likely going to see some cash sales that are going to cap the rallies. But I do think longer term we're going to break out of this area. We're going to go from this 340, maybe at least to 370, and back up to this 380 area. That's going to represent about a 35 to 40 cent rally. Last year, during this time frame, we had about a 40-cent rally, 45-cent rally. So I think we're in that position where we could see another repeat where we rally this corn market back up over the next several months. It may take some time, but I think we will get there, and that is the rally I would want to sell into. So look at a chart of corn. The soybean market had the bearish reversal on Friday, maybe changed the trend of this market, but we're still respecting this uptrend, and did close a little bit higher today. Wheat futures, same thing as the corn. We fell to this long-term support. There's Chicago wheat, here's Kansas City, and then we were oversold on Friday. Now we're overbought, so likely to see the upside capped here. But as the market tries to rally, go ahead and start to find resistance points to sell into. News-wise today, no export sales this morning. Weekly export inspections were outstanding for soybeans, but disappointing for wheat and for corn. And we covered that in our midday comments. Crop progress this afternoon showed corn harvest 38% complete. The average is 59%, so harvest remains slow as most of the focus was on soybeans last week. Soybean harvest now 70% done. Average is 73%, so we really made some good grounds there. In fact, soybeans harvest is better than what the trade was expecting. And winter wheat planting 75% done. Last week we were 60 and the average is 80. So really no concerns or anything that would spark a rally in this grain market. So we are a little bit higher here in the overnight as I record this. Looking at the cattle market, we gapped lower. A lot of people wondering about this cattle market. We actually gapped lower here this morning and then rallied. We're still respecting this uptrend, and until we break through this, I think that's we're still seeing some pretty strong fun buying. So the market resistance is capped up here in this 117.35 area. Major resistance all the way up at 119.15. So, but until we break through this area, it looks like funds want to stay on the buy side in this cattle market. But hogs, very close to resistance, long-term resistance here. Bearish reversal. This is, well, let's see, we've had one, two, this is at least the third bearish reversal we've had in the last 2 or 3 weeks. So not a real bearish, not a real bull market when you keep bearishing reversals here, but hog market could have a little setback. Big supplies. I think this rally is going to be capped below 65.90 anyway. So that's our take for the day. Hope you have a great night, and we'll talk to you again in the morning. This has been Brian Hoops from Midwest Market.